Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
or finding our inner Brock Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Who is you?
I'm Near,
and I'm Nyambi,
and this is episode 397, y'all. Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher, and follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. That's Black with no K. What's going on, baby?
Hey, happy Monday, y'all. These Mondays keep sneaking up. Now we on a 5-minute smoke break.
Oh my God.
So we went from an hour lunch break to 30 minutes to 15. Now I'm on just we just do the smoke breaks. I'm just outside the door with it cracked, and they gonna call me if they need me.
Man, COVID time moving fast as hell.
We all need a long break. We all need a month off. Like, I literally be thinking, like, the scam of it all is not COVID. The scam of it all is that we work 40 plus hours a week just to pay bills, just to work 40 more hours a week for Jeff Bezos then to go to outer space. We're talking about it. So don't worry. We're talking about Jeffrey. We're talking about Jeffrey later on. And then don't mistake, I'll say it. Don't mistake my disdain for Jeffrey going for space is that I don't want to explore outer space and NASA and all that bullshit. But it's not necessary for him to go. That is not a P0. That is not a priority 0.
These motherfuckers are too rich.
Kill the fucking rich. Right? Like, I'm like the Generation Z's. I'm the Tide Pod generation. Before the Tide Pod babies would be like, no, Nyam, not Auntie Nyam, kill the rich. I'm like, damn, why y'all so violent?
I don't think it's kill, baby. I think it's eat.
Oh, my
Eat
bad.
the rich.
I done made it even worse. Well, they be like, that's the same shit, ain't it?
I don't know. But
Killing them, eat them? The way they eat these steaks well done? That the same?
I don't know, but I just wanted to put that out there.
But the children be like, oh, come on, Nyams.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. I'm like, damn, why y'all gotta eat them? Like, and they're like, no, Nyams. You the streets. Eat the rich. Now I'm with them. Eat the fucking rich. Because they play too. Throwing this shit in our fucking face. Niggas can't afford wood. And Jeff is going up there playing with the Martians? You kidding me?
I can't.
We're not going to do it now.
Earth is ghetto.
Earth is ghetto. But one of the positive things, how was my weekend? It was nice. We did like a little backyard barbecue. It was someone's birthday, and they had like a little birthday celebration in their backyard, and it was so nice because it was warm, it was open air, and the majority of the folks who came were already vaccinated. Mm-hmm. I'm big vax energy, so I felt more comfortable being outside and around people. Whenever folks have events outside, though, I always feel so much better. But more so than that, it just felt nice to do Black community stuff. Like, I just realized how long since we've really engaged, even prior to COVID. Like, come on, California. Come on, white ass New England. Come on to the front of the congregation. I'm talking about y'all. It was hard to do Black community shit in California. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a couple of friends that we had in California, a handful of friends we had in New England, but it just was not the norm. Where I think in the Midwest, in the South, doing Black community shits like backyard barbecuing, inviting folks over. If you just cook Sunday dinner, it's normal for you just to call your friends and be like, oh, I made some oxtails. You want some oxtails? Or, hey, I made some tacos. You made some tacos? Not even friends, but just neighbors. Right. That I truly missed that, because that's what this turned into. Like, one of my family friends had a milestone birthday last year, and they didn't get to do anything, so it's around now, and so they just did like a nice barbecue. And of course, friends and family was invited, but you seen it like grow. The neighbors was outside on their porch, and they was like, "Oh, why don't y'all come on over?" It just grew, and it was just such a different energy, right? Like, just eating food, drinking, listening to music, and laughing. And I don't know why it's so easy to do in the Midwest and the South. I don't know if it's just because of the physical space or what, but it is. I think in California, would you think it was harder in California or white ass New England to do Black community stuff? I didn't do it as much. I didn't, what's it called? Spearhead as much in California compared to, I think I did in New England. I think I spearheaded more stuff.
I think the situations are different. Okay. I think in white ass New England, since we already had some friends and colleagues and things of that sort. Yeah. Before we had our own house, that we can like lean on them. Yeah. And I think as we were starting to somewhat build a community in California, COVID hit. Yeah. Because literally we was like, all right, Nyambi, we've been here for a couple years. We got in this apartment. Yeah. Like, let's have a get together. Yeah. And then next thing you know, it's like, sit your ass down somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even, we being pretty narcissistic to say we need to be invited, but I don't even hear people talking about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people will be with their family and with close to family and friends and won't do things like that. And I think that's what's surprising to me. Like, people be in New England, and New England's small. So if you live anywhere in the New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island area, those are all under 3-4 hours drive. That's something where if I have families that close, I will be seeing them at least multiple times a month. Right. And people don't do that. Like, true. That's the norm for where I be like, oh, so you're not going to, like, just go hang. Like, people are very nuclear family. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the word. Now, you gotta use your words. People, Black people that I've interacted with and observed on the East Coast and the West Coast are very much so about their nuclear family. So who the family who lives in their four walls, and like that is the focus. Yes. Where I think growing up in the Midwest, it was very much about everybody, the community, the village of the family. It was very much about your neighbors. It was very much about the elders. It was very much about visiting people. It was very much about your friends, bringing your friends in, bringing your friends' kids. Like it was much more community. And I think that's, whenever I'm here in Michigan, that's all the things where it always feels like a deep, like it feels like a hug.
Yes, it does.
To go to someone's like barbecue and be like, oh, this so-and-so cousin and they doing this and boppity bop bop. And we do like, that's very natural. Compared to white ass New England, I can count that on my hands the number of times I've seen. Yes. And then in California, especially with us belonging to the streets of Silicon Valley, ain't nobody from there. So it was different. It is, yeah. And so that's something. But also, you know, we'll have an episode on Oakland. I know the Bay listening, so I ain't gonna go in on y'all too much. But Oakland, y'all different too. And they always say Oakland and Detroit like these cousin cities. Like I can kind of see it, but some stuff I can't. I just can't. Like, do you? You play too much. But that's neither here nor there. All the thing I did to kind of take care of myself is I did a little bit of shopping in a store. Oh. Don't worry, I did some online too.
You want some hand claps or something for that?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I went shopping in a store. Don't get me wrong, I still bought some stuff online, but I thought to myself, like, fuck, if this don't work out, I'm kind of fucked. So let me at least go find an outfit or two in the store that I know will fit. And believe it or not, it was not bad. Like, I just like the part of going, feeling the clothes, trying them on, and like not waiting to be a certain size. Y'all know I'm on my health, fitness, weight loss journey, all that type, whatever it's called. But like, really just, even with age, just being like, oh, okay, this is a new part of my body I really like. And more so, wearing what I want. Right, so all summer it's about shorts, red lips, thigh and titty meat is out. Like that is what's going on this summer. Shorts, red lips, thigh and titty meat is out. Because at first I was like, oh, do these look right? I said, who the fuck is it looking right for? Mabel? Nerum? What Nerum gonna say? The way he love his thigh meat out. Hey. And it was just something about that just really felt good. So for the folks, like I said, who are between sizes or hell at the new fucking size, embrace it. Ain't no in between. This is where the fuck you at. Go ahead and buy your little online stuff because I know they had the deals. But go step in the store. Women or people who identify as women or people who wear bras. Them bras is tight. Go get fitted. Go up a band size. You was a 38, now you're 40. It's okay. Shit, maybe you're 42. Stop letting that bra cut into your back.
Stop it.
Stop getting them ridges in your shoulder. Go get you a good bra that fit.
Don't that hurt?
Yeah, but you get so used to the oppression. It hurts so good. Is it time for new draws? Men and women. Yes. Stop letting them draws cut off the circulation.
Hey, I was going to say the waistband. Is the waistband is
loose? Is that how it is for the man?
Yes.
Nerum, how you know when men draws get too tight? What it do to y'all? Because draws should be loose over time. You should throw them out because they get too loose.
The elastics start to wear out.
Yeah. But when you know what? Yes. So as a man, if you gain weight during pandemic, what's the sign there?
Oh, when you take your drawers off and you got the imprint of the drawers on your waist there.
Like a spank.
You say, ooh.
So after this, everybody go take the drawers down. The men, do you got an imprint? Go up a size.
You got that imprint.
Go up a size.
And you just start putting some Vaseline there.
Do Aquaphor. Do you got to wiggle out your shit? Stop it. Love yourself. Do it. It's Kafgan season. Just let that shit float on you. So I've been doing that. And it's been nice. I'm just going down the list, y'all. No order. I'm a stand for Sam J on HBO Max. Sam J I think it's called Pause with Sam J on HBO Max. Go check out sis. Her show is the perfect mix of funny, challenging, and authentic. So funny, she's a comedian, of course. I don't know if y'all remember. Sam J had a a stand-up on Netflix maybe about a year ago. And she was good. She was funny. She is a black queer woman. I think she identifies as lesbian. And she just cool. Like, she just really laid back. I'm trying to, like, if you see her, she has a very distinguishing look, right? So I would say she's like a brown-skinned girl, a little thicker. She got, like, a low Caesar, plenty of jewelry. Like, she's fly. Mm-hmm. So, back to the show. Amidst of funny, like I said, she's a comedian, but challenging and authentic, meaning some of the things she put up, I necessarily don't agree with everything she says, or she's bringing a viewpoint that I haven't even fucking thought about. Mm. Because I'm living in my privilege, or the world that can be privileged for black women, right? So black, straight, Christian, educated black woman, right? I always come, I try my best to have a broad horizon and open mind, but everybody come with their own shit. I always appreciate how her show, Sam J, is like, oh shit, I didn't think about it that way. And not even that I had an opinion on it, but I literally in my privilege didn't even think about it. And me and wanting to be an active ally in many areas, like, oh, but shit, I do need to think about that, because in spaces of privilege, I can shut shit down compared to people who will be in that group. Right. So she's just helped me see a lot of that stuff. And then authentic, like you can tell that's really her. Like, it's very rarely you can catch shows. I think, honestly, that's why sometimes I like Desus and Mero. I have a love and hate relationship with them. Because I believe 80% of the time, that's how them niggas is.
Yes.
Like, that is just how they, if they were on Showtime, they would be like that. If they was working at Ford on the assembly, like, they would be doing the same shit. Right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. Same for her. Like, of course, she's a comedian. She on the come up, but just the way in which she interacts with people, friends, the way she questions, I really, really like that. And that's like the it factor. It's hard to get people who have this it factor. But the two episodes that stood out for me, I think was episode 3 and 4. So I think one of the episodes was on like gender expression and like how folks show up in either their masculinity or their femininity. And again, I knew that was a thing, but just the way in which it was presented. I think she had the episode, correct me if I'm wrong, what was that football player name?
Ricky Williams.
A good interview with him. I didn't really know his background. Like, only thing I knew, also because I'm really not into sports, that shout out to Nia, that like make black men chase the ball like a dog up and down the field. Like, I'm not, so sports necessarily not my peer purview, but I knew he was an excellent athlete. I did not know how much shit like people was putting on him.
Yes.
Just for being other, right? And not even drastic other. Like, we're talking about what? Piercings, maybe in a way in which he like dressed or something, but it's not that now in the way we're thinking about how you express yourself, it wouldn't be that much. But back then.
Right. A huge proponent for marijuana.
Yeah.
Marijuana use in the NFL.
Yeah, like all those things. So I truly enjoyed the interview she did with him. And one of the questions she asked was like, what did she ask him? Like, you do it gay shit? Or I forgot how she phrased it. And I was like, even me, I was like, what the fuck, Sam? Like, but it was more so because people, I guess, used to accuse him or speculate, right? Or like put their own shit on him, and he never really addressed it, right? Like, he just let it roll off his back. And they had a conversation about that. And I thought it was interesting, even how he answered it and how he explores his sexuality and his sexual orientation. And just seeing a black man do that. It was basically a black man on his Eat, Pray, Love.
He was.
And I was not mad at it. What I did, all the shit he did, no. But it was just something freeing and liberating for a black man to be like on his Eat, Pray, Love. What do you think about that, Nero?
I do. I think it's really dope for him to go through that. Ricky Williams has always been a eclectic individual. Like, I wouldn't see him as like the fit in the box of like the typical black man
that plays sports though, like that play professional football. Yes. Like, that is a very niched stereotype.
It's a different type of black man that do that. Yeah. And when you see him and when you hear him talk, you be like, oh,
tell me more. This is me. Every time he talked, I was like, more.
Yeah.
Give him a show.
Right. What you mean?
He needs a podcast, maybe not a show.
Yeah. What do you mean you was in Australia?
Yeah.
And then
what do you mean you just lived your life there?
What do you mean you was like, you just in Australia and you was like, fuck this shit, I'm not playing no more?
What do you mean you just went in the caves and meditated for 30 days.
Right. And then it's like, I'm going to go to India and learn yoga.
And what do you mean that like a man in the bushes asked you to get down and you was like, I've never did it, but let's try it. Can you tell me more?
Right.
Can you tell me more?
That story was, she's like, yeah, somebody was coming on to me. He's like, would you like your dick sucked? And he's like, well, I ain't never had a man suck my dick before.
It was so authentic and innocent and all the vulnerable, all in this package of a big black man that we're not used to seeing.
That story was, I won't say it was wild, but I was like, oh.
It's the way he told it.
Yeah.
Just like very matter of fact.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah. So, we went down there. He started rubbing on my dick and I couldn't get hard. And he started kissing on this shit. It didn't work. And I was like, no, dog, this ain't going to work.
And then he flipped it. He was like, now I understand what women feels like when men just want to come on to them. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's a nice
He's like, he ain't romance me or nothing. We just went behind bitches. He started flicking on my dick.
Not flicking. He told the story much better than ours. But just the way in which he said it in such clear, concise, authentic, non-judgmental, it was just refreshing. Then also in that episode, they were talking about like lesbian women or women who identify like with more masculine energy, and his ideas of just having your titties out. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yeah, I didn't think about that. Like, this is something that I shouldn't say I didn't think about it. Like, I know, like, it's a social construct that men can have a chest out and breast out, but women can't. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that is a social contract that is in westernized society. Like, I processed that, I received that. But then I didn't realize how, like, some people, especially women, might just like, I just want my titties out. And why is that a bad thing? And I ain't gonna get away with the story, but like it's a whole segment on that. Mm-hmm. And there's a group, a subset of women that's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have my titties out. Yeah. If I get hot, the titties is coming out.
As a large man who has titties, I get hot. Yeah. Titties coming out.
And it was like, why can men with titties have bigger titties, I should say, have their titties out, but me as a woman, I can't have my titties out? And I'm just like, okay. Like, it's all those things where I'm like, I get it. But the one that really put the icing on for me.
They've been sexualizing women's titties for so long.
Yes. Of course, all that stuff comes into it. But it's why can't we challenge it, right? Like, I think it got to the point where it's like, yeah, I know all these things. We know them. I know the construct, sexualization. And, like, when do we get past that? Like, when do we name all the shit we know and just don't fall for it? Like, when do you push against it? I think that's what I got from that. So to be like, okay, so what do we need to do in my generation to push against that shit? What do we do to help desexualize that or make it appropriately sexualized in the right context, right? Like, because I do think it can be, but it shouldn't be sexualized if I'm running down to the Trader Joe's or I'm on a beach. Like, goddamn. Say that for you and yours.
Right.
But anywho. But the other episode that really got to me, I think this was 4, I think the other one was 3, was the poor people mindset, the use of money.
Oh, yeah.
In Black people's relationship with money, but more so our mindset when it comes to money. And I won't give too much away with this, but one thing that really stuck to me, and it's something I've been processing, I think, especially since I got in Silicon Valley, but a little bit even before that, is that y'all know when we were younger, when we poor, working class, poor Black people being raised up, core values to our children, it's always like, don't be stealing, don't be doing none of this, don't take advantage of blah, blah, blah. Poor people, but people got money, don't give a fuck about that.
No.
And I just did not realize that until, like, I just been around folks with more money. And the thing is, I think the pendulum swings.
Yes.
Right? So it's like when you're young, I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around. But like when you're young, they try to instill like, if you a thief, you the lowest of the lowest. Right. And you's the dirtiest nigga on the earth.
You get your hand cut off.
Right? Like, oh my goodness, like so bad. And then they also swing and like people who got money, right? I'm talking about kill the rich, right? And I'm going, I'm sorry, why I keep saying that? The extremes. Eat the rich, right? It swings to be like people who with money are horrible people. Now, are some people with money horrible? Yes, but all rich people, no, right? So it's that. And then what we talked about more in this episode was like, all this shit is a scam. Mm-hmm. Money is a scam. And to make more of it and navigate through the system, you have to figure out like what scam and what game you're willing to play. And what I got from it is that white people do is just much stealing and scamming as Black folks, right? Yeah. But it's just viewed differently. And Nero, I think your analogy, white people tend to steal from systems.
Yes.
And be like, oh, oh, well, damn, I tried to steal from that system. And don't get me wrong, white people have stole from white people, right? But we're thinking overall, like, high level, more middle class, right? Like, we're not talking about the Madoffs. Madoff stole people's retirement. That is different.
But that's still a systematic play at the thing. Anyway, right?
Yes. So,
but I think white people or wealthy people or people with more money steal from systems, right? Yes. Like getting away from taxes, so not paying $0 in taxes to, just finding other ways to negate their money from giving it to the government, which then in turn helps people in general.
Yes.
Whereas poor people steal from each other.
Yes.
Like they steal from actual people. Like I broke into a Toyota Corolla and took a backpack.
Yes.
Right. So it's one of those things of like when you poor, like they try to teach you this whole thing of like, don't do this, don't be the one to break in somebody's house, yada, yada, yada.
Yes.
But when the rich is always celebrated. It's celebrated. Like I even made a joke, at the party we was at. There was a white man there, and I was like, I'm gonna ask that white man for some tax advice.
Yep.
Because it looked like he been eating good.
And
he got some good tax advice. Yes. And then somebody's like, oh, he own a lab, a medical lab.
Exactly.
He been doing corona testing all year.
Yeah.
I said, oh, so yeah, he would have some tax advice.
He eating real good.
Exactly.
Yes. And I just love how it unpacked, right? But what happens is, of course, it's a great core value, like not to steal from people or steal from things. But that then translates to this other shit where white people like, they teach their children, how do you pay the least amount of money on all the things you're doing?
Yes.
Where I don't think that's necessarily instilled from black and brown communities or poorer communities. Yeah. So I'm not saying black people are poor, but y'all know what I mean. This Black Love Matters, right? The systems.
I would even go from like jobs.
Yes.
Like they try to hire the most talented person for the less amount of money.
Yep.
And usually people of color are the ones who are on the short end of the stick.
Yes.
When it comes to that bullshit.
Yes. And how it's celebrated to be like, oh my goodness, you paid no taxes this year. Like you notice more wealthy people ain't be mad at that. They're like, oh, what's the game? You should have read the tax law.
Right.
Where we like, why? What's going on? So it was just an interesting perspective to take on it. So I recommend y'all doing it. Next, y'all know we on this trying to explain our Black Love family.
Yeah.
And I would just think some books and just been exploring like what it means to be a black family and pregnant, and what does it mean to be a black woman exploring her fertility and unpacking that. So I guess it's TMI. I'm a long time birth control type of person, right? I haven't been pregnant. So I'm excited to start this journey and really just understand my body a little bit more. Y'all know this, the black academic in me is to kind of go deep and try to truly understand. So it's been interesting going on that. If y'all got any book recommendations or folks I should like follow, please let me know. We'll be sure to keep you up to date. I know I got the Okay Sis, I Think You're Pregnant. I think that's that book I got. Then one I got is one of them old school white woman books, right? You can tell it's one of them old school white woman doulas. Mm-hmm. It's called Taking Charge of Fertility, the Definitive Guide to Natural Birth Control, Pregnancy Achievement, and Reproductive Health. And when I tell you this woman is spilling the tea, this should be required reading. Even if you're not thinking about getting pregnant, if that's not your thing, but just to understand the inner workings of your body, what different things mean. Just again, as another point of information when you're meeting with your doctors to be equipped and ask different questions. Like I would recommend this book if you're not even interested in getting pregnant. But if you just want to explore your fertility, your reproductive system, like your period, like all of that. Because I was reading some stuff, I was like, shit, that do make sense. I was like, oh, yeah, we should. Like we as women, or especially we as black women, we don't talk about things like cervical fluid and what's healthy and what ain't healthy, and fall back on them douches, girl, right? All these things, like we don't really talk about that. And don't worry, Nyambi's going to bring you on this journey. Oh, okay. And we're going to make you comfortable talking about cervical fluid, right? We're going to make you comfortable talking about all those things, right? Because that means that's natural. You should be having different, we'll do it later. But we don't do it, right? Like we don't unpack that and make that normal. And Nyambi want to make that very, very normal for all of you. The thing is, we're kind of at the tail end of our friends who are having kids. A lot of our a lot of our friends, have they all? Just about all? Maybe just one about. Or two who haven't. So I do think it's just a different mind frame, right? Because a lot of our friends had their kids when they were younger, and I think it is something different and a different set of preparedness we have to have being older or just a willingness and or time and money to play.
Yes.
Right. So I can also understand being in your early to mid 20s. You don't got time or money to play. You just like wham, bam, thank you, man. Here we go. Or the planning of it. We have very few friends who are like, I would like to get pregnant this year. Like we've had friends who went through IVF. We have friends who plan, but the majority was just like, fuck, I'm nauseous. What day is it? So this is kind of a different journey for us too, to being this intentional. I wouldn't even say in our broader family. How many folks on your side of the family was like, oh, we're trying to get pregnant this year, or like that is the goal?
Nobody that I never known. Hell,
all those other niggas. Tell me, say it again there. I'm never in my life, never known for a pregnancy to be planned.
Never in my life.
It's just the stork come in at night and you wake up as a baby.
Or you just come home for Christmas and somebody gone. And
gone?
Yeah.
What you mean gone? What y'all doing to y'all family? What you mean gone?
Y'all remember that Christmas when we came back?
You mean at the hospital?
And they at the hospital.
You said like you done sent them away.
No.
Talking about they gone and we ain't never seen them for 5 years.
You came back from Christmas. You came for a Christmas holiday.
We came to visit and we like, where's such and such?
He's like, oh,
they
he had
at
a
the
baby.
Hospital.
What's wrong? Shouldn't we be there? Oh no, he had a baby. What?
Ooh. Him? Like, you got to get clarification.
He had a baby.
Who had the baby?
Who had the baby?
Who is it?
Yeah.
They friend? Them?
His girlfriend. What?
Oh.
Y'all ain't know?
This me. Did he know? You got to ask all the questions.
Well, we figured something was going on. We didn't see her around much. Or every time she came over, she was wearing baggy hoodies and stuff.
It was 90 degrees.
And I was like, oh, okay.
So that's interesting. I'm trying to see on my half. I guess I've had folks who like thought about it, but I think we're more of the planning. And the thing is, also, I don't want to be one of the people who's planning to the T, but just more open to the opportunity.
Shit, also, I'm going to need a couple baby books. Did I talk about last episode, babysitting our friend's kid?
No, you can talk about this time. Oh. Yes, you did, but it was very vaguely. Okay. I think you processed it now, and maybe you can unpack it.
Okay.
Watch the baby. Clean some shit. That was like it was more than that.
Oh my God, I'm so unprepared for a child.
It's all right. Who's really prepared?
I don't know.
Honestly, friends and families have given me more confidence.
Tell me more.
That's it. I was like, you can handle this. I was like, I can handle this. It's gonna be some tough times. I know it's gonna be hard, but if you can do this, I can do it. Mm-hmm. You couldn't even. Never mind. Couldn't even boil an egg.
And you got
You done fertilized a whole baby? They sent you a whole baby home with you.
Yeah.
My God.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, Daryl.
So yeah, I was just on that train. Like I'm still having second thoughts. I'm not starting to have second thoughts.
About what, nigga?
About having a child, family planning.
Well, you ain't acting like you is.
Shit.
Your behaviors aren't in alignment.
Because let me tell you.
So you just want to be surprised.
Let me tell you. No, I don't want to be surprised.
Okay, so Nero want to be on nigga shit. What the hell you mean you having second thoughts? Now you worse than your friend who got engaged and the girl was like, I don't believe in God. So what the hell are you talking about? Now I know how he feel.
Having second thoughts.
What?
Let me tell you, I'm still having nightmares about that baby.
Not about the one we babysitted. That was a good baby.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that was a good baby experience. So I can only imagine the worst.
You worried about karma?
Yes.
Okay, say the thing then. I'm a Yanla. See, I wasn't a bad child, so my karma shouldn't be this tough. But how bad were you?
I was bad.
Well, maybe they'll just be bad towards you.
I am also unprepared. Let me tell you.
Were you bad in your teenage years, or like as just a child? Were you just overall rambunctious and got on everyone's fucking nerves?
Ain't I'm bad now?
No.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I'm bad. Just bad.
I had to talk to your mom about this. Your mom was old school. I can't imagine she letting too much go without an ass whooping. We're trying to grow out of that too, y'all.
But you also got to remember there was a part of my life where I was, how old are you when you're in the 5th grade?
Like 10.
When I was 10-year old and I had a key around my neck and she's like, all right, I'm going to work.
Yeah, that was a generational thing. That was definitely us. I think the millennials is the last generation I got that. The Generation Z's, you got to have a babysitter today, 17. They over here eating Tide Pods.
Oh my God, yes.
I think that was a generational thing. Like I think that went out with the geriatric millennials. And I would argue probably before us, it was younger because they had so many more brothers and sisters and they were just in charge of watching each other. Mm-hmm. But I think that has phased out. We can't just leave kids alone at 10. I think that's socially unacceptable. And also whooping an ass. We're moving on from that as a Black community. We're not whooping ass anymore.
Oh my God.
I know. We got to get rid of it. I know it worked for us, but we got to push
I'm definitely unprepared then.
We got to push through.
If I can't bring the leathers.
Don't get me wrong. Discipline will be enforced, but we got to get creative. We got to push ourselves.
If I can't bring
and time out ain't enough either, honey. Don't think Niyam and Nayam, but go sit time out.
No, I need some psychological shit.
Oh my God.
If I can't bring physical harm, I need some psychological.
We are not doing psychological warfare with our child, but we will teach them accountability. We will teach them consequence. We would teach them impact.
Like give them an iPad and take the battery out.
We would teach them compassion. There are ways to do it. It takes more time, but there are ways to do it without whooping somebody else. Don't get me wrong. There may be a moment where we become weak to the leathers, but we're going to try our hardest not to.
Look, I'm going to give them the iPad and take all the chargers out the house, all the charging cords.
I think this generation just no Wi-Fi.
What?
No Wi-Fi. Just sit and read a hard book. Paperback.
So what else is going on? So yeah.
But what did you say you were scared of? What do you mean you have nightmares?
I just think about how unprepared I was in there.
What?
Changing diapers. The other thing, entertain the baby. I think that I
don't think you have to entertain a kid.
It's like, what do you do? Them? Because they just be sitting there looking at you.
I mean, after some tummy time, some books, some belly time, ain't so much you can do. They should be asleep. Growing their brain.
Oh my God. And then what if they head misshaped
oh my God.
Like doubling
down with the Derricos. Do y'all watching Doubling Down with the Derricos? Y'all go Google Doubling Down with the Derricos, and we will go do a whole review at the end of this week. I'm obsessed. They basically got 14 kids.
And they're about to have more.
Y'all know y'all need to. Never mind.
So let's move
in
beyond
that townhouse.
Yes, let's move beyond it.
Where everybody sleep at?
Other than that, I don't know if I said it, but I started yoga teacher training. So I'm trying to get my namaste niggas on, which is a journey in itself, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's a lot different than what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be a lot of learning movements and sequences and shit like that, and it's more like learning about yourself and meditating.
Duh.
And it's fucking me up.
Duh. You thought you were going to do the gentrified yoga?
Yes.
No. The core of yoga is a lot more than just stretching, right? It's about self-discovery. Come on, you knew that.
Yes, but I thought it was superficial.
No, it's really deep. Americans, we've made it superficial.
I thought it was superficial.
Americans.
So I'm thinking, okay, I'm ready. I done went ahead and got some clothes because I'm ready to learn some sequences and stretch and shit.
Stretch you spiritually.
But when they started doing 15-minute ohms, fuck me up. I told you that first 15-minute meditation, I almost lost my mind. I almost gave up yoga right then and there.
Oh, it's hard.
Meditation is hard.
Yeah.
Talking about just count your breaths.
Yeah.
And whenever your mind go away, just go back to your breath.
Yeah.
So that shit is hard. Salute to all the yoga teacher trainers out there, all the yogas out there, or the quote unquote real yogis, because this shit hard.
Yeah, not the gentrified one.
Yes.
Like the gentrified or the capitalist yogis, those two different things.
Because I really thought I was going to learn a couple stretches.
Fight Master should have taught you better than that. Fight Master always said it ain't about how deep to stretch. Do a little stretch, you feel some pull, but she's like, you should be stretching yourself emotionally and spiritually.
I'm stretching myself emotionally and spiritually.
She said once you do that, the body come easy. The body is the easy part. The mind is the hard part. Stretching your mind is hard. Stretching your body is easy.
Whew.
And she right.
Well, speaking about mind over body, my mind today and my body was in competition with each other.
Ooh, my God.
So I went on a run, because I'm marathon training. And I had this long run that was supposed to be 8 miles. I get out there a mile and a half in, my stomach gurgling.
Shout out to the runners.
I was far enough where I was like, all right, I'm just gonna turn around. But still early enough, ain't nothing open. I started calling Nyambi.
You should have. I would have came for you.
Well, let's just say I lost the sock.
Oh my God.
The sock went to the streets.
Pause.
The sock is with the streets now.
It's too much.
So shout out to all the other runners out there who are going through some issues, gastrointestinal issues and things of that sort.
What advice do you have? Why don't you coach people through this shit? What happened? How did the ball got dropped here?
What you mean?
Don't be like, yeah, I woke up. I had to take a shit. Like how?
No, like I woke up.
I'm supposed to work through this.
I started to. My stomach was gurgling, and it was on Perry dogging, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I gotta stop. And when shit comes a knocking, you gonna have to let it in. And there's only two types of people in this world: the ones who shitted on themselves and the ones who hasn't.
What club you in?
I haven't.
Okay. You sure?
I am 100% positive.
Okay.
But let me tell you.
What? You almost joined it.
That's why
you can't judge.
I am so glad the grand architect put a weeping willow wherever he put that weeping willow. Because let me tell you, there's a deuce there. And a sock.
Jesus. That's some nasty
shit. What else you gonna do?
I don't know.
You out running at 6 a.m.
That's why I like to work out fasting with an empty stomach.
I did. I didn't eat nothing.
Oh my God, you need to clear yourself out. You need some smooth. How much you got on you?
What you mean?
How much you got in you?
I don't know.
A lot.
I woke up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Tried to go and then came out. So I was like, I figured I was good. Start running. You know, your inside start to jostling and shit. Next thing you know, I'm about a mile and a half away from the house. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's 6 a.m. Now I'm going to be mad because I'm calling her. And, you know, she ain't got no beauty sleep. You know, she like to sleep in on the weekends.
I do.
So I'm like, oh, there's a CVS here. Like, let me hope it's a 24-hour CVS.
Never. Nope. It's COVID. Ain't nothing 24 hours.
Nope. Okay. Everywhere else I'm looking, nothing there. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, like, I'm just going to have to run back. Start to run. It started Perry dogging even more. So I was like, oh my God, I got to stop running.
Okay.
So I started walking and I started clenching. And then it was like the pressure pushing back. And I walked past this weeping willow and I was like, oh my God. And then I went back to the weeping willow. And I had to do
what else happened this weekend?
And I had to do it.
What happened else this weekend?
No, you wanted me to go deeper. I'm going deeper.
Make sure you got your wet wipes next time.
Yes.
And make sure my phone's on the charger.
Wet wipes.
That's my advice.
Imodium.
That's all. You was gonna swallow that Imodium dry too.
Yes.
That's how bad your stomach.
Yes. Anything to stop from what was coming.
Well, you know now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Other than that, you know, to get into some other silly shit, I think I'm gonna turn into a fried chicken or a catfish.
I don't know what names.
This week alone, I done had 4 different types of fried chicken and 3 different types of catfish.
No one told you to. Nero, you can say no. Because I've been at the same meals as Nero and I have not had that much fried chicken and catfish.
You haven't.
And I've literally been like, oh, I'm good. I'll eat the sides. And usually the sides, it's summer, so it's salad. So it's regular just iceberg lettuce. And remember, I think it was Sir Jeffrey who was like, no, I don't eat iceberg. And I was like, oh, I love iceberg and ranch. No, I don't.
I can't stand fucking iceberg.
It's because I didn't eat a lot of it. I think that's why I was like, oh, this is nice. Nice and watery and crisp.
No.
Because I was eating so much fucking kale and heavy green ones.
Fuck iceberg.
And then y'all stop putting salad dressing. You overdress it. Let me add it. I just want a little. Yeah, overdress it, make it too goopy.
Yes.
But on the flip side, like I said, it's summer, so it's like a lot of pasta salads or like coleslaw or like fruits and veggies, corn, zucchini. Right. So I just get more of that. Whenever I see it too much, I'm like, I'm only gonna have catfish once a week.
You can't say no when they already put it on your plate.
Oh, see, I don't be in them situations.
Well, you put it on my plate today.
Oh, okay. I did have chicken and waffles. Okay. You could have turned it down though. You know, you can come and be like, no, I don't want this night.
It started Friday.
I could have made you something else. I could have made you sausage or vegan patty.
You said you was making bacon, and then I came back. You was like, "Oh, we're doing chicken and waffles," and I was like, "Oh." Okay.
You know, a pet peeve being at my parents' house. It's a lot of food go waste here, and I'm like, we can repurpose some of this stuff. So I try to jazz stuff up. But babe, you can give me the feedback and be like, I don't want this. I'm happy to make 2 meats for breakfast.
It started Friday. I was on my way out, and then he was like, "Oh, Nero, we should have some fried chicken and a lamb chop."
Don't even go. Because the barbecue, right? You just throwing things on the barbecue, and it's just random stuff in the house.
And so I had the fried chicken and lamb chop.
Lamb chop was good though.
And then it was good. And then it's like, take something with your mama, because I went to go visit my mama.
Yeah.
And I took over there. I opened the door. What I hit?
That's the sound.
The smell of fried catfish hit me in the face. So I'm like, oh my God. And I already had this fried chicken and this lamb chop. Now I'm eating more fried catfish.
I'm going to go for some swordfish.
And then her, you want some catfish? Come over here, eat this catfish. I knew you was coming, so I made extra catfish for you.
Oh my God.
Can't say no.
Yep.
So then I had fried catfish and what's the name?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Never mind. You didn't have to get that.
Went to the party.
Nero makes horrible buffet. It was this lady.
Went to the
Nero
party.
and this lady piled their food so high that I was embarrassed for both of them.
Went to the party.
And this is not food shaming. This is not any of that shaming. Because this woman wouldn't even be like, it was just like so much food that it was like, madam, sir, how are you going to eat your food?
Went to the party. What did we have? It was both fried chicken.
Why didn't you get none of them meatballs?
Nobody want no Trader Joe's.
See, that is what I'm talking about. Well, why didn't you get sides?
I did have sides.
Because I had like the pasta salad again. How did my plate look different from yours?
And then
Nero, don't skate.
This is my chicken.
How did we were at the same cookout, but from our plates you could not tell.
What do we eat for breakfast?
Nero has no self-control when it comes to buffets. We literally went to the same barbecue, and you would not have known based on our plates.
And then Sunday,
Miriam had a plate of chicken and catfish, and I had this veggie side. She had zucchini there. She had tomatoes.
She had all these things. I made your plate.
Whatever, Miriam.
I come down there. At first, she was talking about making bacon. I was like, cool. I come down there. Guess what's on my plate? A piece of chicken.
What do you want, Miriam? Nero, what would you like to eat?
Nothing. I'm just saying I'm going to turn into a fried chicken.
You were trying to get rid of red meat.
I'm going to turn into a fried chicken.
So we haven't had a lot of red meat.
And a catfish.
You know what? I'm baking chicken. I'm baking chicken. I'm about to do some ground chicken. We about to do all this. We flipping this.
I'm going to turn into a fried
But then Nero be the first one
catfish.
with his hands. I take a piece of wing.
Because obesity, nigga.
I'll take a piece
Ain't
of
that no self-control?
I'll take a piece of red snapper. Don't eat it, Nero. They had tons of sides. You could have not got none of that meat and had tons of sides and would have been beyond full. You know that, right? He ain't answering because he knows the truth. You could have had string beans.
You want to do some pillow salt?
Sure. White people knows. Jeff Bezos and his brother's going to space. And then somebody else bid $28 million for the seat to go to this Blue Origin Shepard rocket that's going up to the edge of space on July 20th.
What the fuck?
This $24 million bid will go to Blue Origin's nonprofit Club for the Future, which aims to teach children about space and careers in science, technology, engineers, and mathematics. This just bothers me because the majority of his workers make under $20 an hour. And don't misconstrue this critique for space exploration is not important. That is not what Nyambi's saying. What's not important is for Jeff Bezos to go to space.
These billionaires are leaving fucking Earth.
That is just the thing for me. Like, it's just not... Leave that to the astronauts or the people who study aerospace. Like, let's leave that to them. Jeff Bezos and his brother going to get a different view. Like, that just does not move me to chorus. If you want to go somewhere beautiful, go to the Maldives. Like, I just don't... And I understand it's his company and he's doing good for people and he's helping with space. Also, doesn't it feel funny money that all these billionaires are creating their own space exploration company?
Yes.
What does the regulation like that look like with NASA?
I don't know.
And I'm not a big government type of girl, but it's like, if I'm the president, I'm like, nah, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, y'all niggas can't go play in space.
Right.
No, I'm the president of the space too. But it's just.
But that's the thing. When they own more money than they got on the globe, they can do what the fuck they want to do.
Like something about that.
Because they can be like, all right, I'll buy Earth. I'll buy you niggas.
It's something about that. And it's not fully fleshed out. It's not fully researched. But something about that feels long-term shady.
Yeah, because they're trying to colonize first. The first one who ever to colonize.
So what are the rules around that? There are no rules.
There's no rules.
Just like actually, why did I say is it rules in space? But they don't even got rules for Facebook.
Exactly. There are no rules.
They don't even got rules for Facebook.
They're making this shit up as they go.
Search. Let alone why would they have rules for space?
Exactly. They're gonna colonize Mars or whoever. And
so who they going up there to see? The UFOs we was talking about.
There's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there.
What are they saying?
One of them is like
the Amazon fulfillment plan up there.
Some of them are interesting, because one of them, oh my God, I don't want to be like this. But one of them was interesting. There was like, they claimed that one of the other planets was inhabited by humans and stuff as well. But then they used up all the resources and then they had to move to Earth. And then since the gravitational pull with the sun and Earth and everything else, they just feel like the gravitational pull around the sun is pulling planets closer and closer, and then the sun is destroying those planets. Yeah. And then years from now, Earth is going to be close to the sun. It's going to burn up everybody on Earth, and by then we have to move to Mars or whatever galaxy. That's one of the conspiracy
how long
theories
that's going to be?
I don't know. We're going to be long gone.
Thank God.
I hope so.
I pray. I pray for my great kids. Be strong. Be strong.
So that's one of the conspiracy theories out there. I don't know. It's interesting. Hopefully I'm long gone.
Gotta be. Not interested in fighting that fight.
Who knows?
I'd rather fight colonizers. not interested in going against the sun.
Because you're going to lose. You're going to lose every time.
The sun. Oh, you in control of this. Oh. The Lord, I'm disappointed. Mm-hmm. Anyway. But it's just, read the room. I bet because it's his money, right? But then you want to do what? Like, something about the story made my ass itch, and I just could not put my finger. Because I know this is this man's money; he can do whatever he wants with his money in a capitalist society. But it just really made my ass itch that he's going into space and he won't even let them niggas in Arkansas unionize.
The problem, is, I agree.
It just bothers me, and I don't have. Kevin Samuels will be disappointed because it's a feeling, right? But it just bothers me. Something about the story, something in the milk and the rice ain't clean, and I don't know what it is. And I don't know if he's playing with Martians. I don't know if it's just the extreme narcissism. I don't know if it's the huge gap between the rich and poor. I don't know if it's all the things at once.
Yes.
But it pisses me off. Even little things where they show Jeff Bezos. Don't get me wrong, he gives millions and millions upon millions, if not billions of dollars, $1 billion to charity. But they show like how much he gave to charity over 5 or 6 years, and his wife has already given that in 1 year. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, it's just little shit like that I'm like, what is going on? Mm-hmm. What's going on here? And for that to even make the news, keep a secret. I would like that to be private information. Mm-hmm. He going up to fucking Mars, him and his brothers, because they talk about, they always enjoy it. But you got people working at these fulfillment plants.
Making less than $20.
What 10-minute breaks.
And got to pee in bottles because the bathrooms are so far away.
Are you fucking kidding me, Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know.
And it's crazy. Like the richest individuals in the world, that they could fix all of this shit, but they just decide to hoard this money.
Yeah. And even by helping some other folks out, they're still going to be the richest people.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just, you just shake your head about it sometimes. And I'm like, and people are praising him and stuff. And then the thing is, even some of my little direct reports, even before the Jeff Bezos thing, I think it was something about the Mars, or like they did donate something. It's like, but it's cool. I was like, but also people dying on Earth.
Yes.
And they was like, but it's Mars and it's cool. They worked on it. I was like, but people here right in front of you are dying.
People here are
like
dying.
You gotta. What is the balance? Like, I don't know a bigger fuck you to poor people or marginalized people that it is, that you rather go off and find some new ones than deal with the people in front of you. And again, I'm not against space or exploration, but leave that to the space explorers. Stay in your lane. Like, it's just, I don't know. It bothers me.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody can unpack it for me and say why I shouldn't be as bothered, but it really just, again, makes my ass itch. White people news.
Oh my God. Just get some cream for
just
that.
Ass itch. Y'all know what I mean when an ass itch? Where you're not supposed to scratch your ass in public. So it's inappropriate to do it, but it itch so bad. But then you get to thinking, what is the cause of the ass itch? Your ass itching is just not like your forearm itching. It's usually something in there. So you got to get to the root. Oh. It's systemic.
Oh my God.
That's why that makes my ass itch. Oh. Yep. You just got to follow it with some cream. It's long-term treatment.
You went in your ass and you found Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos. I went in my ass. Itching my ass. Jeff Bezos and his brother. Itching my ass. Get out of there. Then I got to buy the cream from Amazon.
Oh, my God.
Because he's a scammer.
That's the only store open.
Because eat the rich. Because it's the scheme.
It's the scheme.
That Todd set up.
Let me help you out.
What'd you say?
Scheme that Todd set up for him to come
to you with the bullshit. Because Sam J taught me that the rich gonna scam.
Mm-hmm.
And I need the cream.
And they just call it something else.
Yes. Other news. This is kind of white news. We can continue on white people news. Are y'all emotionally and more importantly financially ready to go back outside?
No.
I think we've talked about the emotional piece, and I'm not. Like, I'm good in my house. You know, look, y'all see this. I like to go to a barbecue every 3 weeks. We won't be doing that again. Another 3 weeks. Like, I like that. Mm-hmm. Financially, y'all, why aren't we talking about how expensive everything is? So we just going to act like we went away for 18 months and came back at everything the same price? Shit is high, y'all. And I like to say I'm privileged. I make a decent amount of money, right? I like to say I'm the type of privilege that the first of the month hit and I don't got to check my account. Mm-hmm. I know things are just going to come out and money going to be there, right? That's the type of privilege I am, right? And don't get me wrong, it's levels. I ain't going to space. Jeff Bezos, make my ass itch. Here I am. I'm bragging because I can just pay bills on time. And then Jeff Bezos.
You can just pay bills automatically.
Yeah. And Jeff Bezos just
flying to the fucking
to Mars.
Flying to.
Where is he going?
I don't know.
They just going to the tip and coming back.
Pissing me off.
The tip of the atmosphere and coming back. Just nasty. Don't put the tip in. What are they doing? Why are they doing this? I don't like it.
Set up.
Who's head of NASA? This is times when we need Donald Trump back. Why is he going out there? No space travel. I'm Donald Trump. Unless you NASA, you don't go nowhere. Everybody stay home. Quarantine. Taking COVID to space. Anyway, back to this money. Mm-hmm. And y'all think, what's that girl Bia that got that money? It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. No, it ain't. We're poor. It is expensive. Food expensive. Mm-hmm. Plane tickets. Yep. Lumber.
Yep.
Houses. Mm-hmm. Low key with these houses, y'all. Y'all know we in the market for the houses. I think I'm gonna wait for you poor niggas to foreclose. Because there's a lot of niggas getting, it's a lot of people, it's getting me very 2006 vibes. It's giving me very 2005 vibes where everyone's buying houses, everyone buying a bunch of shit. And I was like, oh, I thought we all was just getting on the come up.
No.
Everybody ain't. Mm-mm. What? So I might wait to the other end of the foreclosures because it's coming. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's going to come from, but them foreclosures going to hit soon because this market is dried up.
Yes.
So I think instead of me paying 20, 30, 40, 50,000 over asking price, are you kidding me? I'm pissed if I got to pay the closing costs.
Big facts.
Clothes expensive. Even when I went on my little shopping spree, I think the order came up to 200. 200? I only got a pair of pants. What is this? Bring it back up. You sure ain't no clearance?
Ain't no coupons.
Ain't no coupons. Everything is high. Can we talk about how expensive outside is?
Gas is high.
Gas is high.
Shit, gas in Michigan crept up to $3 a gallon.
It's high, y'all.
And then California gas, I'm looking at it, it's $4.20.
Almost $5 a gallon.
Yes.
Gas is, everything is high. Only thing that's cheap is fried chicken and catfish.
A scheme that Todd set up.
High.
Why is fried chicken the cheapest thing?
Catfish. They're the same price since 2003.
Why the cost of fried chicken
wings
and catfish hasn't changed?
But everything around. And the only reason I've been knowing is because, we prepared to go to a couple places. And, me and Niram got an anniversary coming up. And so we want to go a little somewhere romantic on the ocean, on the river. I said, God damn. Why is Niram? I said, is this an appropriate price? And he was like, yeah, things go up. I was like, what?
Yeah, things are up.
Things are up. What's your thought?
Things are expensive as fuck.
Outside is ridiculous.
High. I want to just stay in the house.
I want to stay in the house more.
Yes.
Almost. Like, me and Niram booked an anniversary trip in Michigan. It's like off of, I forgot, one of them great eights.
Yes.
And I'm still like, lose a little sleep.
Because it's high.
I'm like, why is it so high?
It's high.
And then the government act like they want to pay people $15 an hour. I said, how? I just don't know how people are paying for things. Because again, it's just me, Miriam, and Mabel. And you know, we're pretty good stewards of our money. And when I put my card down, I'm like, wait a fucking minute.
It's
I know you. Well, I am though. I know you fucking lying.
Money ain't everywhere.
I know you fucking lying.
Money ain't everywhere.
I was like, how much is this?
This is bullshit.
This inflation before my eyes. I thought it was supposed to be gradual. I literally went into COVID and came out. Milk went $2, come back 10. I was like, why is it so much? It reminded me, remember I moved to white ass New England?
Yes.
And we went to that expensive ass grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I ain't going to be able to live here.
I can't go here no more. I need to go to a grocery store who don't have carpet. Because they had carpet in their grocery store.
And I was too young, naive, and ashamed. So I was like, well, I got to leave at least with 5 things. I think my bill came like $80. I was like, my God. Not for some oat milk. But you got any other thoughts? Or do y'all got thoughts?
It's
Because we're not talking about it. People are just talking about Tulum and going places and traveling. Again, just like we got to talk about cervical fluid, we need to talk about how high shit is.
It is. Whew. Eventually, things are going to fall. I don't know when.
Either that or they're going to pay us more? Which one is it going to be?
I don't know. Either way, because it's crazy. The housing market in itself, like it's things are just drying up. But I was looking at a thing. I was watching what was her name? She was one of those money gurus. Yeah. And basically was saying like there's about to be another crash. And like
something has to happen. Goods.
And they say that because here was her thinking is that there's a mad dash to like gather things, right? To get things. Yeah. And what they're saying is that the consumers has already gotten everything they just gonna get. So like all of the commodities or like the physical goods that people are buying, they no longer need that no more. However, companies and brands are still scrambling to get stuff because they're on back order and things of that sort. So what they're saying is that, you know, while the percentage of goods have dropped like, I don't know, like 0.5% or 1%, like within the last month, the use of services have gone up.
What you mean the use of services? I still don't understand.
So like personal services, so like going to, you know, restaurants.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, I'm still spending money on restaurants.
Yeah, like
my
that
goodness,
type of stuff.
stay high.
Where it's like goods is like going shopping or like buying house materials and things of that sort. Yeah. Because like it's so much and they on backstock and things of that sort.
Oh, so they still the price of the brick can still continue.
Yes, because it's like on back order and things of that sort. Yeah. So what they're saying is that since a lot of people have already gotten the materials, so for example, like hand sanitizer, like there's still stores that has back order on hand sanitizer, but even though people have already hoarded enough hand sanitizer, more. Yeah. But they're still going out and get it. Yeah. And I think the same thing could be said about the housing market, wood, things of that sort, because people are starting to go back to work or either going to be forced back to work.
Or need to move.
And things of that sort. And I think the same thing is going to happen with the market is that a lot of these places are buying up wood and trying to hoard it and like trying to resell it and things of that sort.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And, you know, they're inflating the market.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of people have already moved. And a lot of people are starting to catch on that they're not doing that.
I knew something was wrong where y'all know I have a used car. I have an SUV. The company in which I bought my used car from emailed me and called me and asked would I be interested in turning my truck back in. Mm. And they offered me $10K. It was like a building. First it was like $6K, $8K. And then, what was that last week now? Mm-hmm. They called and was like, if you would turn in your truck to me and it has under 100,000 miles and it has minimum damage, we will pay you $10K. My car is not worth $10K, y'all. Mm-mm. I bought it maybe at $15K, $16K, and it's paid off, right? So I'm not, because this Nero, turn it in. I said, nigga, then what? To be a part of this system. And I was just like, what is going on? Because I think the used car market is also a wrap. People done got in on the Dave Ramsey, and Dave Ramsey's like, stop buying motherfucking new ass cars with your poor ass. Mm-hmm. Dave Ramsey's like, if you don't make at least, what did he say, $250 or something like that? He said, if you don't make at least $250,000, you don't get no new car. Or is it like your car should be no more than like 50% of what your take home, period. Mm-hmm. So a lot of y'all should be getting $10,000 cars. Yeah. And you need to be up in there. But that's the used car market is ridiculous. I've never had a dealer call me and be like, we want to buy your car back. Yeah. And this is the price. And it's higher than Kelly Blue Book.
Yes.
What is going on?
It's a lot of things going on. So eventually something's gonna fall out because the demand is so high right now.
Yeah.
But I think when new cars come out, I think when back orders on lumber and things of that sort,
right.
The chip. I think it's a lot of things that's like making this, but when that's no longer, I think a lot of things gonna fall and it's gonna leave people proverbially with their dicks out because they've hoarded so much shit.
Yeah, and that's American capitalism nastiness too. I didn't even think about the cars and the chips because being in Michigan, we get more news about that. So in case y'all don't know, car production overall is just slow. Like, so even new cars, and that could be why people are buying used cars because it's taking so long to get new cars too. There's like this electronic chip that's traditionally made, I think in China or something like that, or outside of America. In whatever reasons, it's been a slowdown on shipment and delivery to the point where they literally have stopped production on multiple plants for months.
Yes.
Not because they can't afford to pay them, not because the demand's not there, but they don't have this chip to move forward. And that's been interesting to see that move through too. So you're right. So once that chip gets back or I think they're opening plants now in America to create our own chip so this don't happen again. Yeah, what's gonna happen when that balance out? It's just this rush. But y'all let us know. Is outside expensive? Especially y'all with them children. Oh, I know outside is expensive with y'all. Or maybe not. Maybe y'all can just make super glue and shit. With
slime? With
cornstarch and paste. What the fuck y'all be doing?
Is that Play-Doh or slime?
I don't know. I don't have kids. I just got Mabel. Or whatever y'all be out there patchworking. That is what I'm not interested in as a parent. I'm not interested in craft time with Nyambi. What?
Big facts. I'm not like I said, I'm prepared for that.
No.
I'm almost tempted to say let's go adopt like a 14-year-old.
But just because we're not interested, that doesn't mean we can't stretch ourselves.
That's what
and got out our boundaries.
Let's just fast forward through some all of this.
I'm like, you want to color again? Nirman, you making me close out? I got one more thing I want to talk about. We can't talk about it. Okay, we can close out. Nirman, so y'all, we're gonna talk about In the Heights. Next episode. Okay, came on HBO.
We didn't on Shout Out Friday.
Okay. Close us out there.
Because we also get enough time for people to watch it.
Oh, I don't want them to watch it.
Uh-oh.
Because I got shit to say. I want y'all to hear my review, then go watch it.
Oh, my God. All right. You want it.
Go ahead.
To submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com to submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk. Shoot us an email, blacklovematters@gmail.com.
Oh, my goodness. Are you okay?
No, I don't know what didn't happen. To leave a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website. We got that SoundCloud and we got that voicemail at 508-784-1111. Once again, that's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember,
love is ever evolving.
Peace.